Welcome, this is Mr. S's IM2 classroom. This is the online flowchart instructions. This is a video to give you a understanding of how class works for my class. First of all, you should see every single week there is a weekly calendar that is released showing you the textbook reading, notes, any practice, the due of those practices, as well as the assessment, which includes your quizzes and tests. To access this on Teams, you should see on the general tab every single Sunday night the calendar is released. That gives you an outline of what happens each week. If you would like to download it, hit files. The images is also here as well. What I'm going to go over here are in the class materials. Let me show you that one more time. Files, class materials. Yep, it's right there. Okay, I'm going over the flow chart right now. So every single day, the first 10 minutes, make sure you log into Teams. In the lecturing tab here is where going to be where the meeting is. Make sure you attend there. The first 10 minutes is where you will ask any questions that you have for that day or any issues. This is also where I'm going to be taking. After that, you're going to start with the lecturing. There are two options that you could take. You can do it by yourself, or you can have me assist you in giving you the lecturing. If you want to do it by yourself, that is called the asynchronous path. That is, you're going to first log into Edpuzzle. It should look something like this. Once you log into Edpuzzle, make sure you click it on your right term. So for period 2, you should see period. So period 3, you should see period 3, and period 4, see period 4. All these videos are already released here to give to help you along. These are all videos through YouTube that I make personally, that goes over my notes for the students. This is the only way we allowed you to watch YouTube on your laptop. If you would like to watch the YouTube videos by yourself, you have to use your phone or something else that doesn't have YouTube block. And if you go to YouTube and just type in Mr. S space classroom, you should be able to find it, and it has videos in there for you. So you could do that. You could watch those videos there, or you could stay on Teams and I will go over the notes. Okay, the video on Edpuzzle and the video on that I'm going to be live streaming are exactly the same. Okay, is only the live stream will just have more pauses because students will be able to ask questions and I can respond immediately. Okay, but if you go to Edpuzzle, I can't really respond to your questions. Ways, make sure you have a physical notebook that you are taking notes with, and you're going to complete all the questions that are required by the live stream. Now, after that, you have taken that information. If you are wondering where those notes are, where those video notes are, just go to General, hit Files, and again, Lecture Notes. Right, and it should appear. Okay, there are all those notes for that week, and so far there's no notes in there, but there are going to be notes for you. This shows because today there's no notes here. These are just what we're going to cover. Then on Tuesday you should see these notes, Wednesday these notes, Thursdays these notes. Okay, these are all PowerPoints because they're all in orange. So next, this is a practice. You're going to log into deltamath.com. It should look something like this on your end. Make sure you sign up, and you're going to see the assignments. Okay, this is the online practice problem platform you're going to be using for this class. We're going to complete each of these. So on the weekly calendar, it says the practice for Monday would be the new student demo. So once you sign up in the right class, you should scroll down here and do the new student demo. Click on it, right? Do the problem, and so forth. Right? That will serve as like in classroom when you're doing the problems, but here you don't turn anything in. Delta Math will grade everything, and all the grades are there. All right, so that's how the class works. Right? But let's say you get stuck with Delta Math and you don't know how to do the problems. There is a path that you could take, the help path right here, the red arrow. You could download the PowerPoints and go over it. And again, it is accessed through in the general tab, files, and it will all be in the lecture notes. If not, you could go to the textbook reading. These are all where the textbook pages are. So rather than give you the whole book, what I did is I broke it down by like sections. So all you have to do is, let's say you are stuck on right here on guided reflection. You're like, okay, the reading for that is going to be in one of these two. So you're just going to download one of these 2 pages. Okay. If that doesn't help, you could always download the PowerPoint and go over it, the textbook pages, or visit any external pages that you find useful. Okay, this is a way for you to make your learning yours and for you to help yourself learn. Okay, so this is a tier 1 support because this is something that you can do all the time. After that, I suggest that you go back and watch the lecturing videos because, again, the PowerPoint is what I talk about in the lecturing videos. Available, and if it's during class time or support time, you can always come on Teams and ask me any question, and I would do the problem for you live on the computer screen. Okay, things that you can ask is how to do the problem, what steps to do next on the problem, or ask me, explain the answer. It's like a normal classroom. Those are the typical questions that you ask. The only question I do not ask is I don't know how to do it, because you shouldn't go to a tier 2 support without going through tier 1 support, right? You have to have a basic understanding coming in. Afterwards, you can go back to Delta Math. Here, follow the arrow, go to Delta back to Math, complete all the problems, understand the concepts. That is what it says here. Make sure all the due dates are due by Friday. After that, you can go down to the assessment tab. So all the be a test that week or a quiz that week. All quizzes are probably going to go through forms in the assessment tab. So let's take a look. Here's general. Here's the assessment tab. This is where your quizzes are also going to be posted. If it's not here, I will find it. Okay. Then after that, you go down and you make sure you log in for the last 10 minutes of class. Here, I would take any questions or any answers. Some students might have questions about when things are done or have any issues with your assignment or spot any errors. Okay. But here you go. This is the every single day structure for my class. Nothing is going to change. Some days, like Tuesday, you have a bunch of lecturing, then a bunch of practice problem. Wednesday's light because there's support day. Thursday's a heavy content day, but there's also practice. Notice on Friday, that's when your quizzes are. So again, I will require textbook reading as well as there's no lecturing notes. Okay, so it's like a practice day. But again, that's the classroom structure. Hopefully this gives you insight on how our class works. And what steps you should be taking or have any problems. Now you're wondering, how do I log into Edpuzzle or Delta Math? If you can just download the sign up instructions, where you find that, yes, you are correct. That is in the general tab, files, class material, and it's all here. All the files, including in this class, can be in the general tab. Files, it's in one of these tabs, okay? So there you go. Make sure you sign up. Download the calendar to see what you're doing that week. And here you go in terms of what our class is. Thank you for coming along, understanding our class, and I am here to help you learn. I am too. I know you can be successful.